Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kyusho here, and now, before I do begin, I made a slight mistake whenever I mentioned I got help for this series. It wasn't one person who helped me, it was actually two. Whenever I was looking into a lot of things I want to do for this story, along with looking into a few things for another story, forgot about something. I didn't get input from just Blaze from the Blessed Heroes. I got input and help from Rulies. Now, sorry I kind of forgot I got your help, but Rulies, it's just I've sort of been a little busy running around with stuff for this series, another series, and a series I plan to do after this one. Now, with that being said, let us begin. Now, we'll start with Izuku. Izuku in the last part, he had a few ideas as to what to do. Deku, because it's something that traumatized him in his past, he never developed properly. And right now he's actually developing more of his, well, behaviors. Now, Izuku, he does not like what happened with Bakugo. Bakugo tried to steal his notebook, and Deku, he somewhat outed Bakugo's secret. He reads romance novels, and Deku, he was going to out Bakugo on a few other things. But Bakugo, yeah. He gave the notebook back and called Deku fucking creepy. And right now, Deku, he has a few things in mind. Right now, summer break has started, and that means he's going to be bored. Nothing really to do. Nothing that can really happen. But there is an idea he does have in his mind. UA. Get into UA and mess with Bakugo. Become a pro hero, and legally, he can mess with people. I mean, it does sound fun. It sounds good. What is it? He doesn't have a physical power, but a racer head. He is the same way. Deku, he can read minds though, so that is what does set him apart. Eraserhead uses tactics and reason. He also uses his own combat experience to predict his own opponents. But Deku can actually do more than that. It will be tricky. But actually starting to do this, actually training and getting physically tougher, it might help him. But then again, getting physically strong won't just be his objective. It's more than that. Nowadays, people who push themselves too much, they're seen as intriguing. Naturally, the human body has adapted to quirks, and even people like him, who have regular physical bodies, they're able to train to the point where they can break through concrete, run faster than the normal human. What is it? Physical speed nowadays for a quirkless person? It can be what, 3, 4 times faster than the fastest human athlete? The human body, it's done well to adjust to this new age. But it's just that. There are limitations. He won't be dodging gunfire, will he? I mean, that's... It's still interesting to think about. But then again, there's also his powers. He could read minds. But could he influence them? He wants to test that out. Well, there's really only one way to try and do that. So he does have a few things in mind right now. Now, Deku currently, he does think about much. As right now he actually does start some training. He writes out a plan for himself. And right now he does have a few things in mind. He can mess with people in his free time. And whenever he's out on a run or, well, training, he can try and see if he can mentally manipulate people. There's got to be more than just this brainwashing, or not brainwashing, mind reading that he can do. If he's in people's heads, he might be able to poke around in them, mess with them, alter something. I mean, his quirk could be, what is it, misdiagnosed? Or, no. He needs to learn more about it. People like Endeavor, Their powers are simple, but whenever they learn more about them, they become more dangerous because you know their limitations, where they could be pushed. That's why Best Genius is one of the best heroes. That'd be what Deku think, as currently he is running and trying to build up his endurance. He needs to understand more about this, understand more about what to do. And right now, Deku, he does have that go through his mind, as right now, there is whenever he does, just won't stop and jog in place. Him looking around, as right now he does see somebody standing across the street. And he does actually have a bit of an idea. Him looking directly at them and going to look into their head. As right now the person, they're thinking a few simple things. That's so stupid. There's a lot going on. God. Okay, so there's that stupid test. The fact is he's stuck in summer school. And right now, he needs a tutor. Someone who can help him out. That's so stupid. Now, Deku does listen. And right now he actually just tries something. Trying to project his own voice. And Deku, he actually does get somewhat successful. And I'm trying to at least say hey to the person. Now, Deku does turn his head. As you know the person, they do somewhat go to turn around and look. As they're confused. Did someone say something? Now, Deku, he actually stared at the person. Before, whenever he does see the, well, what is it? Crosswalk light up, indicating that he can go across the street, he does bolt off running. Now, Deku, he does have a few ideas. Okay, so, did it work? No, that's stupid. It couldn't have been that. There was too many people around. But, okay. So he needs to find out what to do. Now, Deku does start to go through his routine, trying to understand more about his power, trying to look into a few more things. And right now, Inko actually starts to notice a few things. Her son actually is getting a bit more serious in demeanor. Izuku, he's not very social. And while he doesn't have friends, he always seems to be writing things down. He always seems to be doing something. And right now, whenever the two are sitting down for lunch, Deku, he actually does look at his mother. As right now, she has tried to ask him if he's doing okay. Hmm? Yeah, Mom, I'm doing fine. Why? Izuku, are you sure? I mean, I know that you're not very social, but don't you have people you talk to? Friends? Mom, I'm fine. Okay, there's no need to really worry about me. Hmm? Izuku, are you sure? I mean, I know things have been challenging for you, and, well, you always just come home and stay home, but lately you're going out a bit more. Are you being more social? Or are you trying to make friends, go to places, or what's going on? I'm training for UA, Mom. Oh, so you plan to go there? Yeah, I do. Listen, since we're on the subject of it, I plan to go to the library tomorrow. And if I can, I was going to try and check out a few things. If possible, would I be able to sign up for some self-defense classes? Maybe something to train. I mean, I was going to look into it a bit more at the library and see what I can find. But I think it would also be good. I would know how to fight properly. And in case I do get into trouble like how Bakugo did, I'd be okay. Izuku, um, well, I'm happy for you that you're deciding to go out more. And honestly, I have been worried about you, son. I'm fine, Mom. Listen, I know, I know sometimes I'm kind of antisocial, but I'm trying to just change a bit, okay? Listen, I know you worried about me and I know you care, but what I'm doing right now is focusing on a goal. and trying to achieve it. It can be difficult with my power, yeah, but I'm also trying to get a handle on that. Okay, Izuku, but do you remember what we talked about? I do. Okay, good. Be careful using your power, and give other people privacy. Now, Deku stared at his mother before informing her. He'll try to keep that in mind. Now, after dinner, Deku just got Doki stand up and walk away. And right now he does head back to his room and continue on with some training. Of course she's worried about him. Of course she does care. But she doesn't seem to understand. Deku, he just wants to do a few things. Have fun. He doesn't need her worrying about him. I mean, seriously. She does it all the time. It's kind of annoying. Hmm. Okay, but the library. That would actually be a good place to go. Self-defense classes too. He'll have to look up a martial art or maybe find something that he can use to fight people. Definitely something that would go with grappling. That could be good. Or focused attacks. That would also do well. Hmm. Okay, but if he's going to be fighting people, he has to remember there are people who are bigger and stronger than him. All Might's a good example. Okay, so let's see. Something that can clearly take people down. Immobilize limbs. Or shut down. What is it? Pressure points. Focus on those. Every body has pressure points. That's right. Okay, so he needs to get something like that in his arsenal. It would also really be good. Hmm. Okay, so he does have an idea. Now, Deku, he does head out the next day. And right now, as he's sitting on the train, he is looking down at his phone. As right now, Deku, he is listening to some music. And he is just trying to keep to himself. A few people, they are just all busy. And right now, whenever Deku, he does get off the train and walk to the library, he currently does sit down. After he asks the librarian for exactly if they might carry anything that he is looking for, such as knowledge on martial arts, or even fighting. Now, Deku he did learn quite a few things, and after at least going to sit down with 2 or 3 books, he tries to get focused on a few things. Now, Deku he actually has learned a bit more about pressure points, exactly how they may be used in combat, and how they've been used to, well, used against the person that you're fighting. Now, Deku just find that to be very intriguing, and right now he actually does have a few ideas in mind. The book does show parts in a person's arm where pressure points are, places where they can be. And right now, Deku, he does decide to ask the librarian about another book. And after he does get a medical book, he does open it up. Now, Deku does start to flip through a few things. And after he does find the section he's looking for, he does go to examine it, looking a bit thoroughly. Right now, it's showing him a human nervous system, and he is intrigued by it. The human anatomy. It's such a complex and sophisticated device. It's intriguing. And right now, Deku, he just does stare at it, trying to think about it. Now, Deku, he actually does bring up his hand. And right now, he actually tries to put his hand into a bit of a pose, or at least into a bit more of a, well, thing he saw in the book. Now, Deku does hold his hand in that position. And right now, there actually is whenever somebody, they do talk about how he really is, well, intrigued by that, isn't he? Him looking up and seeing a girl who currently, she is holding onto a medical textbook. Hmm? Yeah. Um, who are you? Right, sorry, I'm Toga. Hi. I don't think I've seen you here before. Are you new? Hmm? Yeah, I don't really come around this place, but I wanted to look into a few things, and I'm intrigued by this. You're intrigued by it? Her walking over and going to look down. Hmm? Oh, weird. Now, they go to slightly look at Toga before she actually does look back down at the book. And right now, Deku, he can tell by a few ways her face does look. As right now, she does just stay calm without looking in her eyes. Deku looking to her mind. And right now, she actually is repeating it over and over again. It's so cool. The blood. It's so interesting. The blood. Now, Deku does hear a few things over and over again. Toga just actually grabbing at the book and flipping through it a bit more. And she's just obsessed. It's, well, definitely something. Now, Deku does slightly lean forwards. And right when he does go to grab onto the side of the book, he does grab onto Toga's hand. As he actually just flipped over to another page. Check this out. Now, Toga actually does look up towards Deku, noticing that he's actually a little close. Uh, what is it? Look at this. I mean, it's talking about exactly what happens with the human heart, how much blood goes through it, and what happens. I mean, it's all crazy, isn't it? Yeah. It's definitely something. You don't like it? No, it's just, it's so cool. I know. But think about this, though. Blood keeps us alive, doesn't it? Yeah, it's definitely interesting. You don't think it's weird? No, I think it's nice. It's a cool color, too. In fact, well, if you think about it, we're all the same. What? Yeah, an obsession with blood. It's interesting. It's an obsession with life. Think about it a bit poetically. Uh, Toga, right? Yeah, yeah, it's Toga. So, you're Izuku again, right? Yeah. Sorry if you thought I was a little weird. No. It's, well, it's just, I didn't know other people like this stuff the same way I did. Really? Yeah. I mean, most people think it's creepy. I mean, I like gory stuff. And, well, over the top horror movies and stuff like that are some of my personal favorites. Hmm, interesting. So tell me, Toga. I go slowly leaning towards her, asking her, what exactly is her favorite? What does she like? Her favorite movie, perhaps. He wants to know. Now, Toga's a bit surprised, as Deku just flat out asks her, does she want to go see a horror movie with him? Maybe hang out a bit? It's nice to actually have someone he can talk to about a few of these things. Really? Yeah, why not? Now, Toga, she's kind of intrigued. Someone actually wants to be her friend? That's so cool. Now, Deku just pull out his phone and give Toga his number. As right now, after he does leave, he does have a few things in his mind. That's good. Someone of like mind to him. They definitely have darker thoughts. Hmm, interesting. And these books, the information he got, I have to look into that. Okay, so let's see. What he'll do right now is try to get into some martial arts, and I'll actually try to look a bit more into this anatomy. Plus, if we can get help from Toga, a lot of good things can come from this. Hmm, right. Then again, he does have somebody new he could play with, manipulate. Hmm. He could use her as cover to get his mom off his back. Right. that can work for right now. Now, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.